Okay. Okay, so this video is, of course, something related to the state of the black parent. And, this is about definitely for shelters, after school, programs to reach out. You can contact area code 225-395-1792. Don't know if you've seen other videos, but same number you've heard before. Shelters, pediatricians, doctors, definitely reach out. So even though this event is in the New York City area, and now the radio show is going directly around the New York City region, definitely no matter where you are, people are always moving. There could be somebody from New York moving somewhere, or so much. We have it's like, gosh, why is it like we have to learn how to network? I mean, that's something common sense and simple how we should automatically know how to do. But no, we've gotten into the fashion, the sports, the music, to the point that where we think of things so much on a clique and class, um, class capitalism that we can't go beyond that. And so we ask the world to be a better place, but we want the world to be a better place with a capitalist mentality, and in the same means as it is, with totally ignoring and, being as though nothing could happen to our children tomorrow, and as though everything is good today, and our finances secure today, and everything. And, definitely, we need our own shelters. We need our own maternity homes, oh gosh. Um, one thing with, definitely we need, it's like every time, okay, you have all these black churches, and when a black pastor feels content when he doesn't have a shelter for the women in his church, say a woman has been working at a factory or worked a temp job or just recovering from drugs, or she was in school and she became pregnant, she's on bed rest, or whatever the condition is. Somebody got in a car accident and they're slowly recovering, and they're a burden to their family. Their family's not gonna, you know, they're not going to tend to them. And people be wanting people to get there and put up with such communistic and torturous conditions. And there are shelters like that too, shelters and so forth. Um, we need our own shelters. So these churches have these luxury cars, but they have nowhere for the people to stay. They don't have financial budgeting class. They don't have, um, a variety of jobs on a job board at the church, community events. I have been to some churches that do. There are those that do. But when you have churches that ask for W-2 form, and then when you tell them, well, you don't have it, or you're self-employed, or why you want that, or whatever like that, they refuse to, they refuse to accept that. And, you know, I know I put in applications 30, 50 at a time, and somebody would have called you, somebody would have hired you. Don't exactly work out like that, because if 1,000 people apply to each one of those jobs, it's a possibility that 990 of us won't be called out those applications. Okay. um so definitely, you know and then I do understand that when you have shelters, you have to have shelters for, people needs. Like, you can't have a shelter with someone that isn't a drug addict to be with a drug addict. You can't have a shelter with somebody that's coming that has not been experienced. They're coming to lollygag. They coming to be messy. Um, they come into thinking they gonna make a home out of the shelter. You're not going, all that's gonna do is turn into the next, what you call, ghetto or trailer park. Mm-mm. You can't have that. And, you have the shelters that, they get very dictative. Um, they get very, say, communistic. And, so, a lot of them, they can play tricks. They can, they can play tricks. And a lot of them be like, it's not what you agree to because, you need this and that. And, it's a shame that when we need stuff, we always have to go through, um, the usual, the people. We have to go through the corporate people, whether it's Catholic Charities, Salvation Army, Goodwill, and they're all different in each state. It's very different in each state. And, you know, it is different in each state. To read, sometimes the deck of cards are a little better in one area than it is the other area. Sometimes, um, you're able to, fight harder to get the case management that you need, so that you don't be making a home out of being homelessness. Um, and so definitely we need definitely our own shelters, and we need our own shelters that serve the people needs. Men should have their own shelters. Veterans should have their own shelters. Those that are mentally ill should have their own shelters. Those that, um, single parents, they should have their own shelter. Um, but if they're a single parent and a drug addict, they need their own shelter because you're going to have a more uniform, um, even if it's on another wing or another street. But, drug addicts need their own shelter, and there are a surplus of services for them. More than a person that has been independent, mm, you know, 90% of their lives, that have worked 2 and 3 jobs. By the time they need the service, because they may have been the one, um, that did the paperwork or so forth like that. So they may, but when it's their time, they need the service. They can't get it. They get more like, well, dang, I know you don't talk to the drug addict like this, because if you did, they wouldn't be doing dope. And they would, just like, gosh, a lot of them able to get, um, services like over and over and over, just non-stop. And it's like, well, gosh, and the person that's responsible, or a person that did the best to live their life, you know, within, what they can, or they're, what I'm saying, they're doing much as they can to do on their own, that's the person that get the most criticized. And, so it's a lot of things to work on. So those of you that have shelters out there, you all need to be in contact. Area code 225-395-1792. Contact, definitely let's network build up, you're gonna need a library there. You know that you're gonna need, furniture donors. You're gonna need to know exactly, you have to get, my thing is, be where your energy is. You know good and well that you a mild passive person. You can't deal with, you know what I'm saying? Um, and then, you can't go in with the trying to get people in and keep them in that situation or control them while they're in there and trying to make them work extra hard outside of what they already working hard, so that, like, you get like be the raw, like the record industry manager kind of mentality going on. Um, so we need our own shelters. I definitely would like those that are, affiliated, however, with high risk pregnancy. That is one of my top compassions. That I would like to definitely um, advocate for. Making sure that there is the services there for those with high risk pregnancy, the research, advocates available. Um, Myself being high risk pregnancy, everybody's gonna, let me not use the word everybody, but a lot of people around is gonna downplay. A lot of people gonna get they're downplaying, and at the same time come with their sarcastic teasing marks. Oh, well, they say, that you're gonna die, or what's going on. They want to know stuff after they already intimidate you and belittle you, and then they want to know stuff, and then you have the people chasing after the other person, and know that they not no good. Then they want that's that old forgiveness crap. No. No, don't come demanding nobody did it. That's all your sermons. That's all you got tattooed on you. Most likely, you the reason why the world's not being a better place. Go on about your life and go chase a book, okay? Um, 'Cause that is like, oh my goodness, where with the high risk pregnancy, you can be taken advantage of the most, even by um doctors. Uh, so definitely reach out. The number 225-395-1792. So definitely, I will have it below in the box. I don't feel like putting up all little windows up on the side. I don't feel like doing that now. And so definitely be in touch. Is definitely important. Exactly what you ignore today can be the matter that your children or your grandchildren face tomorrow. We know people that have been rich, and all kind of odd stuff can happen. Your accounts can get froze up. You can have where everybody becomes sick and people dying all in one season. That shut the whole family down. You have where your insurance company get down, shut down, your job go bankrupt. So nothing is guaranteed. Your friends get there and leave you when you least expect it, or they're in worse shape or a penny from being in your condition. And they only could do so much, but it's like they ain't doing nothing. Even though they doing something, but it ain't what you expect. So I'm encouraging all y'all to get involved now. And, let's not complain what Oprah's not doing if you're not doing the basis. So definitely TTYL.